Alright, suppose we need the QL for this next video then, so I guess we'll just try to dig it. Oh yeah. So here we are with our Sinclair QL, our slightly dusty Sinclair QL. But anyway, why we got this out, you probably have an idea based on the thumbnail, but we tried to use this the other day with virtual microdrive, the V drive degree, which just kind of pretends to be a microdrive that loads off of SD cards, and quite a few programs are failing for odd reasons. Couldn't work out why. So one of the first things to try is updating the ROM. There were some buggy ROMs quite early on. Usually they came with a little dongle on the back, and this doesn't show any signs of having a dongle put in there, but still, it's worth to try that first anyway. And so to that end, I have got hold of this from eBay, which is a kind of plug-in EEPROM board, and this one's been flashed with Minerva and Toolkit 2. You can just build these yourself. They're not particularly hard, but honestly, it was €11. I probably wouldn't be able to build it for much less than that, so I may as well just have bought it. Right, so, well, first of all, we have to open the QL up. Again, being careful, because it is, of course, equipped with the devil's own keyboard solution, a membrane keyboard. So we don't want to break that. We have already replaced this one once, a while ago. Don't want to do it again. So anyway, let's get her open. Okay, so I think these are the ROMs here. And I've got no idea. I think we just removed one of them, or I think we removed both of them, and then put the ROM switcher in that position. I'm assuming that the orientation is the same for this chip it is for this, in which case that needs to be facing that way. This is all assumption. I mean, there's not much on the board telling you more information than that. I didn't get any instructions with this. Guess we just go for it. Let's just see if I can quickly find anything online. Yes, so found some instructions online, and yeah, we have to remove both of those ROMs. And it recommends, apparently it doesn't matter which one you put in, but it recommends the left-hand side for space reasons. I can kind of see that actually, there's a big old screw there which might interfere. And it says that this thing here, which switches between the two ROMs on there, Minerva or the Toolkit, should be facing towards the front, which does indeed mean that the chip orientation will be the same as those, so I'm quite happy with that. So what we'll do is we'll remove the two chips using our little removal tool here, and I think we'll give it a quick burst of deoxit as well, because these probably haven't been removed as far as I can tell, considering the fact that when I first opened this the very first time, the keyboard membrane exploded into fragments. That definitely suggests it's not been removed before. Oh, hello. Ooh, that's fine, it's fine. Alright, that's one out. Two out. Burst of... Come on, I'm running out. Oh, I'm deoxing that one as well. I'm not going to put anything in there. Never mind. Right, now we should be able to replace this. So we just have to make sure the pins are all lined up. That seems good. And in. There we are. Well, that's hopefully it. So you can just have like a switch or something on this thing and kind of route it out the front, and then you can switch between those without opening the case up. Honestly, I don't mind. I think I'm just going to have Minerva running anyway. This is only to see if that's what our issue is with this machine. So now we need to replace the membrane. This is a better membrane than the original. It's much thicker contacts, and so will hopefully last a bit longer. Come on, get in there. You can do it. There we go. It's in place. We just need to clamp that back down. There we go. So let's put the screws back in, and then we will go off and we will test it. Right, so it's all plugged in, and there are a few things we want to test. The first and most simplest test being, does it actually still turn on and act like a QL? So we're going to plug it in. There's also no power switch on the QL, so we literally, as soon as you plug in, it should turn on. Oh, I'm not even fully plugged in, that turned on. Oh, hello, that's fancy. I've never seen the... Is that right? That looked a bit... I guess that's right. I've never seen an actual QL... Ooh, hello. Oh. That auto boots after a while then. I've never seen a Minerva boot up screen before, so that's interesting. Ooh. Is the keyboard still working? Yeah, the keyboard is still working. Always a concern. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off and we'll plug in the V drive and see if we can get anything running from there, because that's one of the problems we had, was software wasn't running. So let's unplug this then. Right, I have now plugged in the V drive to the side. It plugs into the microdrive external port on the QL. So now if we plug this in, ooh, that was a beep from the V drive. Ooh, there we go. I set it to monitor mode this time. So now we should be able to type in, hopefully. Oh, I've got a boot. A beep, I mean. And a red light. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, so there is something on there. So if we do... appears to be loading. Now this is the software, I believe, that failed on the previous one, so it errored exactly there. So this has not in the slightest bit helped. Ah, that's because it's hard coded to try to load from... So this is a different error message. That's fine. We can probably fix that. Though if it's done it once, I imagine it's done it in more than one place. Yeah, there we go. Right. No, that's not worked. Okay. So that's to do with this machine expecting, or this software expecting it to load from microdrives, and it's not. Okay, so that was a different error anyway, so maybe that has fixed it. Okay, that was just a very, very simple and short video, well, hopefully short. Just while I'm getting well again, and until I'm able to do more involved videos. Yeah, I mean, it worked. The ROM change did work. It didn't solve all the issues. It did solve that issue partially, because that was coming up with a much weirder error beforehand, and that one's actually more reasonable for a QL. A lot of QL software did assume that the first drive was going to be where it was loading everything up from. I've got a kit that didn't come with the V drive, I had to buy it separately, but is designed for the V drive, which allows me to reassign that drive to be the first drive. It just means I've got to take apart the QL even more, including removing the micro drives and stuff, to actually do that change, which is the only reason why I haven't done it up to now. But I will get around to that. Yeah, as regards to all the other stuff, all the other problems, it's because I've messed around with that SD card while I was trying to get the stuff to work beforehand. That's why none of the toolkit and things were loading in. What I still have to try, of course, is I still have to go a bit further into Minerva. I've never used it, so other than it looking a lot nicer on the screen and obviously having a lot of the bug fixes and stuff that the QL ROMs went through, I haven't tested out any of the features it's got. It's got some extra ones apparently. I said there was going to be a third thing that I was testing, and that was a IDE memory expansion thing that I built based on someone's design. The problem is that because it didn't work, I have at some point harvested some parts from that, so I need to get those parts back and get a new ROM in there, and then I'll be able to test it. But at the moment I've got nothing that I need to actually make that work. I suspect it won't be any different anyway. I don't think that was because of the ROM. I think that was some other fault. So yeah, next step is to install the remapping thing. I think it's called VMap in there. So that becomes the first one. That'll make this a lot more useful. And then I should probably try switching that ROM over as well to see what the Toolkit 2 does and things like that, and delve more into Minerva. So maybe there'll be more parts on the QL. I've only really done one video on the QL, which is mostly its history. And at that point, none of the drives were working. Whereas now, at least the two micro drives do kind of work. And now, obviously, we have the V drive now, so I can do a lot more to it. Anyway, there'll be a cut there because I've just realised this is probably longer than the video itself. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like. If you really enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be told of any future videos. Yeah, let's get those viewing figures up. See you next time.
The present is horrible. The future looks bleak. Remember our childhood to get us through the week. We're getting re-enthused. Back to the past and the things we used. We all know that our pasts were great. Escaping the things that today we hate. Getting re-enthused. Getting re-enthused.